There we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Onward VR Master League. My name is NightFiree with two E's. I will be your host and solo caster today. We are diving into an exciting EU versus NA matchup, a Button Cup matchup. That's the whole thing about the Button Cup. It is a series of games pairing equally ranked NA teams against equally ranked EU teams. And we kind of see where the chips lie. You know, what side is performing better this season. It's kind of a fun little inter-community thing, but it also counts towards MMR. So these rounds just as important as any other series. And I expect this one to be very good. These are top tier teams. Danglers have been playing very well so far this season. Winning against Mob Squad 8-5, putting up a good fight against Global Chem, and then two strong wins against Blaze and Animal House. They've been quite a feature on the VRML, but it's also because they haven't played a ton of games. We've been doing a lot of coverage here, and Danglers, they just have not. They've only played 4 games this season. In comparison, you look at somebody like, oh gosh, let's take a look. Let's take a look at one of these other teams like Cats and Hats, for example. I think will be a good team to look at. They're probably on the more extreme side of games played. You look at Cats and Hats, and they've almost double and a half that. They played 9 games in comparison to Danglers 4. So if you want to be, you know, constantly challenging and doing more matches in a season, you can. But it's just not what we've seen out of Danglers. They've been kind of reserved on their play. And we are going to be hopping into this matchup pretty soon, so I might as well dive into the pick bans. Coming out of BossFight, we have a tanker ban, and I need to confirm this other ban because I don't even have that. Hold on a sec, everybody. We need to confirm this second ban. Okay, got it. Ooh, I was confused. So the second ban is nothing. So we got one ban on tanker, and Danglers have not picked a second ban. That means that map pool obviously a little bit more open. And we are going to be hopping into Suburbia 1 for our first map. Kind of kick things off with a close quarters battle. Very interested to see how this shakes out. I mean, like I said, this is going to be a very exciting matchup. This should be a very close matchup. Two top-tier teams, both competing for MMR, just as if they were to be matched up in a regular season, but instead this is through the Button Cup. And the fun thing is that we track all these wins, NA, EU, and at the end of the Button Cup, we tally them all up, and that's kind of the decider who's the better region. It's always been a point of contention within the community, and it's always pretty fun to watch these matchups and see how they shake out, because you really do see differing strategies. EU is a bit of a bit slower playing team, or a bit slower playing in general. Those teams don't tend to have a lot of fast-play strategies, whereas NA is more varied in its strats, but NA typically tends to lean towards that utilization of the time a little bit more quickly. You know, watch teams like Global Chem, and they'll come down with wins at 2.5 or 3 minutes. I don't know if we'll be seeing that out of Danglers today, but I'm excited to see how this Suburbia round shakes out, because it should be good. Already we're having some hopefully not too many tech difficulties, but while we're waiting, we can also dive into the roster. Take a look at the active rosters from both of these squads. They are very veteran teams. Out of BossFight, we already took a look at them yesterday. Scooby-Doo, Leggle, Sharky, Weather Balloon, and Hoochie UK. I think Scooby wasn't playing. Was he playing? Yeah, he was playing yesterday. I feel like one or two of these guys wasn't playing yesterday, but it's hard for me to keep all the games cast in line in my head. And then on Danglers, we have Rivalman, Luella, Expediter, Plenus, and Stumpy Nub. That's kind of the standard core there. And Executioner also one of their mains, but he maybe just not coming in for Suburbia. Maybe going to watch, and then they'll have him sub in A lot of these teams definitely do have their subs watching and observing from the top down to try and kind of see how the team is opting to play. You know, if Danglers are watching, any Dangler subs are watching, then kind of determine if BossFight are playing slow today, and vice versa for BossFight. And I think we're going to have everything in order with our spectating. The lobby's clean as we dive into round number 1, map 1, BossFight versus Danglers, the Hype Button Cup matchup.
Give me strength. Give me the strength to the swear.
Seems like maybe some shout outs to the crowd there, to Swooty and whoever's watching. Danglers pushing up into some very standard defensive positions. Plenus here, an interesting one. And he does have the cut, as long as he's not poking through the wall. It's a very safe spot. He's not going to get sided there through the window. And he has a nice line of sight. I don't think all the way through, but yeah, just through that window. Might have some early action here. Llewellyn has pushed up forward very aggressively. And he hears Sharku coming up there and crouching down. More shots coming in from across the map his way. He should move up and get cover behind those bunkers. He's definitely exposed to that angle, and he realizes that Stumpy now catches Weather Balloon, getting aggressive, and BossFight are dropping like flies here. Stumpy now maybe feeling like he can push forward in a 5v3, and that could be his demise if Scooby holds the angle. Shots coming from Hoochie. Llewellyn getting over aggressive on the backside, trying to flank, and that's what Hoochie was sitting there waiting for. Stumpy gonna push up here, gets the shield, and Scooby misses that. We're into a 4v3.
That's what the fucking back tire on.
And BossFight definitely playing this one slow, expecting Dangler's aggression there, countering it relatively nicely, but we'll see how they manage to now infiltrate the objective buildings. It will not be an easy task. Some interesting pre-fire up the middle.
Where did those shots come from? Anyone have a 20 on those shots? That sounded like Seesaw almost. Maybe ABC?
Had a sensor disconnect. Apologies.
See if we can clear the tank area.
Scooby, Hoochie, and Leggle pushing forward here and take control of the playground pretty free and easy. They're not going to find any resistance until they get their way up into that middle house, into objective building. I wonder if they have the utility to really enter in effectively. They also don't have the knowledge. You know, usually you expect at least 1 or 2 people to be over here tucked into this, you know, front patio, the front yard area, or that front patio, the 2-story. Any of these are all great defensive positions, but Danglers have stacked 4 inside. 2 upstairs, 2 down. And I like the setup. It's definitely, you're covering some good angles. Definitely a changed team here. They're kind of tightened up. Communication has quieted. They know the push is coming. 2:10 left on the clock. The smokes are out, so BossFight are going to be moving in on this. Plenus catches Scooby-Doo through the window. Leggle takes the opportunity of that, but the cross coverage of angles. Expediter gets the refrag quickly. Plenus does go down, and we're into a 1v3. It's a tall order for Hoochie. Hoochie rounds the corner, spots the gun of Expediter. That's a nice easy kill there in the corner. Turns it into a 1v2. Stumpy talking a little trash to Hoochie. Look at this. Hoochie tries to take advantage of some clipping through the floor. Knows he's there, comes up the stairs, but the shield is right there for Stumpy, and I think that catches Hoochie off guard. The Danglers take that first defensive round. Some definite contention, but they take it. It's a good start to the series, really. You know, if a nice four-man hold inside that, you know, center building, they collapse nicely, managing to grab those 2 picks. It costs definitely some lives, but getting those 2 bottom story picks and then turning it into a 1v2. They just had no utility to enter inside the objective building, so they had no nades coming up top story, they had no flashes. And that's what they really would have needed to get rid of Stumpy and the shield up there. But man, what a great start to the series. I'm anticipating this to be quite a good back and forth. I imagine BossFight, I mean, after watching them play against Vikings yesterday, they definitely have some weak points, and I think maybe that's something Danglers can take advantage of this map on Suburbia here, but at the same time, a lot of those tough rounds they had were from team kills and mistakes on there, and if BossFight just tightens up their play today, I think they could be a lot different team than they were yesterday, and that can get real dangerous. Diving into round number 2 now of map 2, Danglers going on the offensive. Everything is in order on your screen, so no need to worry or do any math. And Weather and Stumpy just barely crossing. Stumpy getting very aggressive here. Early shots coming in from the 2-story weather balloon. Rotating out of carport. I think Stumpy hears those footsteps. Look at this. Llewellyn up on... Getting that height advantage up on the slide. Trying to look up and over. If Weather Balloon's not careful, wow, look at this. He just exposed himself right when Stumpy's not covering the angle. Stumpy on the rotation. Catches Weather at carport. That's going to be a huge pick. They need to find that refrag onto him. Stumpy finds another into the 2-story, and BossFight are dropping like flies here. Legal now in a relatively exposed position. The smoke's out from BossFight, and this fast coordination coming in. 4:50 left on the clock. I mean, they're pushing in with this in this first minute. Nades, defensive nades coming out from Hoochie down the stairs. Legal rotating out around the corner, just dodging Expediter. He's going to try and come find Stumpy there, but Expediter does pick him up, and now they're down into a 2v5. Danglers going to start manning their offensive. Nades coming up, smokes on objective, and they very well might try capping from the stairs here if they can grab Hoochie, and they do. And another nade catches Scooby up top, and Danglers absolutely roll over BossFight on that middle objective. Holy cow. That was a incredibly fast round. Those smokes well placed, denying some vision on APC in the corner there, where Lego was, forcing him to get on that rotation and then ultimately getting caught out in the middle of the street. Stumpy getting so aggressive, pushing all the way through playground so early like that, catching carport. I mean, holy cow, what a very fast-paced round. And then, I mean, you saw it at the end. It was just a swarm of Danglers inside that middle objective, and that's the way to take it. You know, you storm it, you overwhelm the enemy there, and you force your way up there until at least one is alive on objective, and then you're capping. Dang sensor keeps disconnecting. It's alright, we're not in VR. We're watching in 2D. As we dive into round 3. Hey, look at that run. Poet. Map 1.
Be careful of the smoke. Pay attention if we all go down. Get that code memorized just in case.
Yeah, you gonna get capped on, Bubba.
Llewellyn seems to be the one that's really trying to keep everybody focused. The casual mood of Stumpy, Plinus, and pretty much that entire Danglers squad. Definitely doing work for them as they've been really giving BossFight a hard time. Now Llewellyn here on the corner. Oh no, they don't expect him here at all. They're not used to having somebody push up so fast, so early. They hear the nade come up and over. Goes right in front of Weather, and it does get Sharku down. But that should be a quick res. What a very interesting sequence of events there. They got so lucky with that nade pull. You know, if Weller had just stayed there, stayed trained, I don't think they would have expected him there at all, and Weather Balloon would have had his side completely exposed, but... we got him here, and one adjustment right now I'm seeing already is Weather Balloon does not have that night vision on his shield kit. He was running that, but maybe he's optimized that kit a little bit since. And now they're running one rifleman over the shoulder of the shield user, so we'll see what they can get done. They're going to have to be careful of Stumpy's position. They're going to need the coordination of their team to really prevent Stumpy from wreaking havoc on this shield. He has the perfect side angle. Stumpy patiently waiting here. And this really forward position catches Hoochie through the shoves, but it should expose his position to Sharku and Weather. And now our sort of trained here, Sharku just ducking down in time before Stumpy peeks up again. And a great nade from Lego from the middle catches Stumpy out and insta-kills him, so he won't have any comms to come in, and BossFight are answering back very well here in round number 3. Objectives here on the corner, and their objective defense is weak. Weather Balloon's coming around the corner, sees an exposed Plinus, and doesn't land those free shots. Now they're in a bit of a trade. The snapshot's coming out, and Ribo Man from that back defensive spawn position catches him out. Then smoke's coming in. Might not be exactly where they need them. Plinus still here. Sharku catches Ribo in the back. That's a huge pick. Turns it into a 2v2. Now it's between these two here. Plinus on the backside going to rotate around with the shield. This could be a really clutch, fast rotation. Sharku completely out and exposed. He tries to one-hand the rifle. Sharku spots him, and now they're in a trade. Plinus catches him out. Expediter finding Legal and Danglers, albeit very closely, taking round 3. Just looking back at that incredibly fast push out of Danglers. And man, they just had the right nades. Coordination was there, the proper smokes. Danglers are looking very coordinated today. They have definitely been putting in the work. They're just not taking challenges, is what it looks like. You know, they've only played 4 matches this season, but they've been very good ones. Like I said, you know, they put up a good fight against Globo, and then they've pretty much strongly won their other 3 matches. And they don't have a ton to hide, you know. They have their footage is on cam. People can go and study the tape. They can kind of figure out how these guys play. But frankly, I don't know how you counter such a hard push like that from Marsoc unless you get out. You have to get Stumpy early, and I think that's going to be the key to denying Danglers really a successful Marsoc round here from BossFight. They need to catch out Stumpy. You know, he's just been a very strong, fast push force early, getting people out, which sort of, you know, cascades. It's a wow, gosh, what's that? What's the name? I don't know. It's downhill from there, you know. Once Stumpy finds one pick, the rest of his team really just starts to work with it. And let's see what BossFight can muster up here. They just have to be ready for the aggression out of Danglers, because it's definitely something I think we're going to see here. As we dive in to round number 4 in this button cup matchup.
Coach and Weather, if you guys get at least 3 enemies, make your way back to the objective and defend.
I have no fucking idea what I'm doing.
Go left, Weather, go left. Flank with who?
Look, BossFight are going to go for a little something over aggression. Not over aggression. It does get 1 for 1. Llewellyn. Will Weatherballoon be ready for Expediter on the backside? Expediter's already pushed up quickly here to the APC. Nades coming out. Smokes coming in on objective. One's on the backside. Legal catches him out. A nice refrag from Weatherballoon. But look at this. They're on the counter objective. They're punching in the code. Scooby-Doo is trying to call it out, but nobody has lines of sight here. Weatherballoon catches one, but Stumpy Nub punches in the code in time, and Danglers take round 4 with a cap and go up 5-0 on map 1. Wow. Holy cow. Wow, wow, wow. That is not exactly what I was anticipating. These guys are just showing fantastic team coordination. Everybody is moving together. They're all swarming together. They're effectively covering each other's angles, and they're not stopping the push. And that's what I think something is we don't see too often. You know, a lot of times with Onward is once someone dies, once someone goes down, once shots are taken, once shots are fired, the push sort of comes to a halt. You saw Legal there just coming around the backside despite his team, you know, despite losing one behind him. He kept pushing around the APC. He caught one behind Tank, and you know, that catch behind Tank allowed the cap to happen, and it was off of that aggressive, hard, fast push. So Definitely, I think maybe BossFight not ready for that sort of quick play this early in the series, and I don't know. You know, we saw them get caught off guard by Vikings in the first map, and we'll see now if maybe they can climb it back here on Bazaar. They will be taking the Volt advantage to start off, but that does, I think, mean that yeah, this is Danglers' map pick. And we are going to be going on to, sorry, I didn't highlight this. We are going to be going on to Bazaar for map number 2. Look at this, 2 in a row. Everything's clean and coordinated. Timer is accurate as we dive into round number 1 of this second map. What should be the BossFight comeback story here.
Shake it off. Let's get him.
Weather balloon laying there. Very sad he let that cap go through, and you hear Sharku shake it off. See what they can do. A little suppression there just to sort of deny an over-aggressive start if they had that quick spawn. But they didn't. As you can see, they're really making pretty good use of it, though. I mean, Expediter and Stumpy managing to get very far. Could be under the nose of Sharku as long as they don't send anybody else around there. But they are sending 2, so Plenus and Llewellyn will be dealing with him. Sharkus really has the entire Danglers team here to worry about. Stumpy and Expediter coming up along that inside lane. They'll be a threat to Weather Balloon any second here. And Sharku trying to identify Llewellyn or Plenus. And this is such a risky angle to be holding here. Just because Plenus should be able to catch him out if he decides to peek on this little crack of the wall. He does peek, but Sharku patiently waiting. Llewellyn, it looks like, did take some shots. Stumpy Nub rounds the corner and catches the Weather Balloon out, and Scooby-Doo does realize this and reacts, shifting his position to cover Blue Room, and that's very bad to lose Blue Room. Sharku has to try and do something here. He does try and find Expediter in that room, and he can't. Scooby-Doo peeks the corner. Stumpy Nub has the shield there. Not looking good for BossFight. Huchiku rotating around to get this other angle into Blue Room. Expediter could be a serious threat to him, or Llewellyn if he decides to keep pushing forward. Nade comes out and doesn't go far enough. Llewellyn peeking out, does catch out Hoochie, and these Danglers boys are just covering all the angles. Rybo now moving up. The coordination very on point from this team with plenty of time left. Scooby-Doo, here's Rybo Man. He charges around the corner, catches him out there as Llewellyn confirms Hoochie on the back end, and we're into a 3v2. And they have decent positioning here. BossFight with the coverage, looking into Blue Room. Lego trying to rotate, does get caught out by Expediter, and now Scooby's all on his lonesome. He's giving his position away as he tries to catch out Llewellyn coming in from the center in BossFight. Not able to hang on to this first round, and Danglers take it 1-0. A reminder again, this is just how the Viking series shaped up, and then BossFight turned it around, so we will see if BossFight can stop this ridiculously fast-paced series from Danglers. I mean, yeah, this is, wow, we are really cruising right now. Danglers are not wasting any time with this Bud and Cup matchup. I'm not sure what the answer is for BossFight. They just need to tighten it up and they did get the early pick, so it was looking good for BossFight. They started things off with the 5v4, but then the push with the shield, they don't seem to be effectively dealing with the shield use out of Danglers, and it's really wreaking havoc on the BossFight squad. Maybe they're not bringing the proper utility. I'm not sure. When did the series start? Yeah, we've been live 42 minutes. 10 minutes so yeah, 30 minutes of the series so far. We've already gone through map 1 and 1 point down into Bazaar on map 2. I mean, I don't think that Danglers have had a round go past like 3 minutes when they've been on the offensive. And we're diving back into round number 2 of this, I don't know, clinic, really, that Danglers are putting on in speed. BossFight need to turn it on. They need to prove that they are a top-tier EU team. They are a master tier team that can deal with adversity, and I know they can, so I'm just sort of waiting to see this BossFight squad turn on here. Sounds like that was a call out to Smoils. They've been praising a lot of different gods. Swooty, Smoils. Definitely working for the Danglers. That's for dang sure. Real interesting spot from Llewellyn there. I've never seen that before. Sharku does go down. He's resable. They should confirm Stumpy quickly. And they do. Another goes down from Hoochie, finding Expediter. And Llewellyn here pushing up on this wall. A nice nade comes in, doesn't get weather. Wow, what a fantastic bounce off that wall. Sharku's going to come up in support from the 2-story. Llewellyn finally catching Weather Balloon, trying to pillage that Volk body. That should be information for Scooby to react off. He now knows there's one behind that north wall.
One down upstairs, Kyle.
And Llewellyn doing some work to even the odds here into a 3v3. Shots out from Hoochie down that long lane there as Cleanest tries to find them. Find Hoochie, rather. Nade's coming out, and Scooby finally does find the shots onto Llewellyn on that north wall. Rybo and Plenus, the last two for Danglers. Looking like BossFight's round if they can keep the momentum going, and if they can pinch at the proper time. Plenus and Rybo definitely playing well today, though. Plenus very sporadic, reminding me of Pants. Just that really constant movement, communicating his position, not afraid to give away his position because he's more interested in getting that peak and challenging plays. Here's shots from Blue and on Lego. That was confirming his own teammate, unfortunately. So, or no, sorry, that was confirming the enemy from Lego. But it does give information to Plenus. They now know he's in blue room. A great snap turn from Plenus, catching Hoochie, trying to come down that front lane, and he rotates around right on top of a grenade that'll insta-kill him by Lego, and now Rivalman all alone in this 1v2. Scooby-Doo gonna pinch him from the other side. The timer is accurate. BossFight playing very quickly with 3:30 left, kind of giving Danglers a taste of their own medicine, trying to get this answer back. I wonder if they're gonna go for the cap. Scooby rather, has the potential here. Pad is out, he's prone. Coming up on objective, does Rybo have the diligence to peek the corner? The shots are coming out, and Scooby's punching in the code right now, and the answer back from BossFight is here. Wow, what a great job, and they go up 2-1. Boss fight not rolling over here on Bazaar. If you are just tuning in, thank you for stopping by. Just me here. Just me and you guys. Just us. Enjoying some quality matchups. Enjoying a quality button cup matchup. No harsh vibes. All good vibes between NA and EU. We just want to see who's better. Everybody loves everybody. Just a friendly bout of competition so that the winner can rub it in the face of the loser. And we'll see who that loser is as we dive into round number 3 of this comeback story from BossFight.
Don't get yourself cut off. Now they know where we spawn.
Ah, the old classic joke about spawns.
They spawn right side, one cross left, one cross left.
And they do get that early identification on the spawn. Hoochie gonna send out some suppressive fire to that early crossing of the 3.
2 right, sorry.
Tired of this Danglers squad. Actually, it's just a 3v. It's a 3-2 split here. I say it looks like they had stacked up more than 3 there, but they have 2 rotating around now on that east side. You can see on your mini map. Shots coming out from Queenis, catching the rotation from Sharku.
How would you peek that? Dummy.
And the confidence, it's still very much there in Danglers. They're playing very well today. Playing coordinated in the early pick. Very nice, but Lego finding the refrag onto Stumpy. Rybo catching out Hoochie up onto that 2-story. Trades going around left and right. And now the Danglers push is coming. Scooby has a sort of center position there, relatively camouflaged. I think his best bet would really be to go prone in this corner, but he is pretty safe from those prying eyes over there. Also the smoke of his own to sort of camouflage himself. Lego catches out Rival Man, pushing forward. Danglers into a 3v2, 3v1. The push is coming out from Expediter. Shots coming in from Scooby. Wow. The trades. Holy cow. I couldn't even track what happened in that last 2 seconds. I think. What's the kill score? What? I need to go back and look at that footage. I don't know what happened in the last 3 seconds of that round. Scooby must have caught out a couple here in the entry point, so it was looking like it was a 3v1. Danglers just got picked off as they tried to enter into objective, and BossFight take a 3-1 lead, and we instantly go into the next round. Neither one of these squads is wasting any time. They know what they're planning out. They know what the strategy is. standard defensive positioning. No really early aggression out of Danglers. BossFight sending all 5 onto this east side of the map. Little distractory smoke there into that courtyard. Grab that eyesight from Expediter. Stumpy Nub. He is in a very, well, somewhat unorthodox defensive position. He's taken advantage of this heavily stacked east rotation from BossFight and is sort of freely holding here. Weather Balloon Expediter trade in the blue room. Weather Balloon is resable though. Expediter as well. Llewellyn should be rotating around here trying to find this res, and I wonder if he'll get caught out on it. No, he does not. He gets rezzed up. Expediter confirms the kill before he can get rezzed up and finds another. So a nice double there. Or refrag from Scooby-Doo as he tries to find Expediter, but he can't. And Plinus on the back end catches him out. Stumpy catching out Hoochie, and Danglers taking a dominating defensive round. Trying to even things back up. Wow. Hardly any time to breathe. This is not. I was expecting at least a bit of a fast, slow, you know, contradiction in style here, but really we're seeing BossFight and Danglers both sort of go at it. Jeez. I mean, they're really sprinting at each other. Fast plays, fast action, but it's coordinated, and it's all very precise. They're checking their corners, checking their angles. I do think there is some definite over-aggression from these squads, but man. The series has been a barn burner, as the kids at home say. Diving into what could be the comeback starting for BossFight. If they can win this round, they'll take this map and we'll go into that third map to decide the series.
So Shark and Hooch be ready.
Yeah. If objective go down, fall back. Yeah, definitely.
They cap, we lose, guys, so no cap.
And he's absolutely right there. It's a obvious observation, but definitely one to keep in mind, because Danglers are probably going to keep their mind on the cap here if they want to take this map and take the series for themselves, sort of deny BossFight from coming back after grabbing a few rounds on them in an otherwise very dominating performance from them. At least on Suburbia, BossFight here definitely putting Danglers to work.
Want a mini market win?
Linus in mini courtyard taking some shots with the flash.
Huh? I'm in the west.
Got a smoke as well, and BossFight are in pretty standard defensive positions. Kind of have these crisscross angles where Weather Balloon watches the entry point to the backside of Shark, and Shark watches the entry to the backside of Weather. Legel catching out Stumpy. Getting a little over aggressive in that mini courtyard.
-1 more.
Cleanness getting a kill of his own on the north side. Opening that up a little bit and drawing the attention of Hoochie so Weller can find that pick on the backside. Scooby-Doo getting aggressive on the rotation, goes down Leggle. And Weather kind of finding some kills. Weather with a great turnaround shot. Gets one, and BossFight with a nade from Rybo are into a 1v1. In a blink of an eye, with 4 minutes left. Cycle 7 and 3 in this series so far. This is what Leggle has to do. He's the last one alive. I don't know why he tossed that nade there. But he has to stay rotating around on objective to cover all the potential angles, and he's panicking, really, expecting someone to be here, as he should. Considering how fast Danglers have been playing, this is an incredibly slower pace from
No way, you fuck.
this squad, and Leggle is just not going to let the cap happen. That's what he has to be so diligent on protecting from. And this is going to be a very stressful 240 for him. And there it is. The shots from Expediter catching out Leggle on the rotations around objective, and we go into a what could be, I mean, what is a series deciding map point. If Danglers can take this defensive round, they will take this series, and if not, we'll be going into that third map. But a bit of a comeback for comeback here. BossFight mustering up a 3-1 lead. And now Danglers to tie it back up 3-3 and go in to what could be the final round on the defensive. This is going to be a tall order for BossFight, to say the least. Whoa. Oh, man, I got worried there. Thought for a quick second we didn't have any radio tunes anymore, but we do. It's okay, everybody. And the tunes kick off round number 6, not 7. Use. It's the computer's fault, not mine, for not doing the math right very fast. What Danglers can muster. I know BossFight will definitely take advantage of any clipping through the wall, so if he keeps clipping through there, Rybo will definitely get picked up. I mean, pretty much any team will take advantage of clipping through the wall, especially in a high tier league match. Not a great way to kick it off, but he's incredibly fortunate that it wasn't a full team kill.
It's all good. Mistakes happen. Okay, I'm gonna try and get up to the second floor of the far side. Since I'm injured. Slow it down, guys. Slow it down.
BossFight taking easy control of Kayat. They shouldn't really have any resistance to Danglers until they get to mini courtyard. But they're playing it very safe. This is a serious decider for them, and if they get to mini courtyard, it's going to be a tall order. They have Plenus covering from the window, Stumpy kind of tucked up in here into this forward position. And then Rybo also available to peek through his window if he decides to. Stumpy, after hearing shots and communication, and Kayat has moved up a little bit more. Stumpy hears all of this, so he knows Sharku should be on the stairs. Could get over aggressive, decide to charge him on the stairs. It might not be too over aggressive. He does get one. That should be information for Sharku. He tries to find him. He knows he's there on the corner. He retreats back. Will Weatherballoon be able to find the pick here and hear these rotation? He's right there looking right onto the corner. He has the shot and he spots him, and there goes Stumpy. Into the 4v4. Plenus through the window catches Sharku in that two-story. They really need Hoochie to catch Plenus here. There it is. Hoochie on the backside catching out Plenus. Now we're into a 3v3. Threes across the board, everybody. Okay, 2:10 left on the clock. BossFight are going to have to start moving. Weatherballoon catches out Llewellyn, and that's their objective point man, really. It's all up to Rybo and Expediter now. It'll take the right approach from BossFight to make this really work the best. What they need to do is send somebody all the way south here, although it will be hard to cross the street with the coverage from Rybo. Expediter also rotating out. They are going to send one south. They have Hoochie here covering an angle straight into Expediter. So Expediter at risk here once he goes out, and Hoochie catches him on the backside. Now objective completely exposed. Ryloman worried about Weatherballoon on his side, and he has to cover all the angles now. Gets one. Gets two. And Rybo looking to clutch the series here. BossFight now in a 1v1 again for the decider. Rybo Man now doing what Lego had to do and panicking, rotating around objective, making sure all angles are covered. Uchi with 35 seconds left has to come crashing into objective. 20 seconds left. Does he know the time? Is he aware of his time? He doesn't have a ton of time to crouch walk around here. Rybo Man is looking, rotating around on this corner. Hoochie trained in here, crouching up, 13 seconds left. If Rybo tucks in, he'll be safe. But he decides to come out. He doesn't get spotted. He just catches Hoochie. He goes for the fight.
Oh, piss off!
And Danglers win the trade. No! What happened? It gave Danglers the point and said BossFight wins. I'll have to confirm with the players. I think they get the proper display. So it looks like Danglers won the trade. According to the in-game score, Danglers won the trade. And so therefore they have taken the series, but we'll see how this third map on Downfall shakes up. Jeez Louise. Could it come down? Could it be any closer, you know? It could be, I guess, if that was the last map, but... Oh my gosh. That was unreal. I don't know how he didn't see him earlier either, because Rybo was really exposing himself for a good while before he spotted him. And I just don't think that he was trained onto that exit point. Either way, I guess we'll see how this series shakes up with a bit of bugs this time around for that final map. Timers aren't quite correct, but the colors for this round are.
I might. I don't know. I'll have to check. I'm not at home. I'll have to check when I get home.
It's a mag right?
Can't say that.
BossFight opting in for that south ravine push. Jeez, did I see... When did Poonanners donate that many bits? When have you guys donated all these bits? Holy cow. What the heck is going on? Unbelievable. That's from this week. And I haven't been paying attention, so maybe it happened when I wasn't doing a cast, or maybe it happened here. But Poonanners with 12,500 bits. Parzival 2,600 and Leo 210. I mean, guys, that's an insane amount of bits. Thank you so much for donating that. That is really awesome. That all the donations, all the bits, the subs, they all go to help supporting us and the league mods for, you know, putting all of the coordinating everything, doing the casting, managing the site. It's all really appreciated. So thank you guys so much for doing that. I don't know how I didn't see that happen in chat, but geez Louise. Shout out to you guys. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Pars, please. I saw this one live. 10. Dude, what is happening? Unbelievable. What the heck? There's shots going off here in the game, but there's like bombs exploding in chat right now. Got a bit of a flank procuring up here. Stumpy Nub getting very aggressive. Weather Balloon, here's the footsteps on the backside, and he's tucked in. So he can react to this. He knows there's one behind him now. Weather Balloon, wow, he's completely distracted by where he was, and Stumpy just kept moving. Now Weather's going to try and find him, assuming that Stumpy's in the back of him here. Stumpy could be bad news. Shots coming out from the back line already. He catches one. Hoochie goes down.
-1.
And a nice refrag from Sharku, a very important pickup. He would have been picked up on the back end, very likely.
Marsak Twin. No, he's alive.
Oh no, and this could be a potential team kill.
Okay, good job.
-1.
No, the communication did come out. Llewellyn does down one in South Ravine, I believe.
I didn't get him at Southwest Ravine exit. He's still alive. He's on the ground crawling.
And Llewellyn recommunicating that he did not down South Ravine.
Minute 53.
Well, our timer is wrong, so his is right. We're about 30 seconds off. BossFight are in a 3v4. They don't really have anybody in a position to push. As Sharku did start to advance forward, he got picked off quickly. Rivalman trying to deny entry from the middle. Llewellyn catches out Scooby finally, and now it's really between Rybo here. Whoever's perched up in the center of their weather balloon, it looks like. And Rybo catches out Weather Balloon for the final kill of the round, and Danglers take it 1-0. Danglers are probably looking for this third map, man. They want to get all the MMR they can out of this. And they have really been taking it to BossFight today. A near comeback on Bazaar from BossFight, but it just wasn't quite enough. After a 5-0 loss on Suburbia, it's been quite a showing from Danglers today. Definitely gonna have to watch out for them in throughout the rest of the season. And shout out to everybody that is doing any clips today. Much appreciated. Those clips help out Poonan in putting together the VRE spawn recap for the week, which we love to see. It's always fantastic to have a really nice breakdown of the week's matches and of the top plays, usually assisted by one of our casters, Sleepy or Buxton. Highly recommend you go check that out. You can go follow him on YouTube at VRE Spawn on YouTube, or just go to VREspawn.com. Probably get all the information for all of the mediums.
I'm literally just blind
Think about that.
over the top just to find out where they spawned. It was Marsoc spawn.
This is Scooby shifting around the pad and some ammo crates to sort of fake the head peeking effect and draw out more shots. Gosh, the suppressive fire from the LMG here, doing some serious work. Stumping Up catches out Hoochie, Weather Balloon catching out Ribo, and then confirming it, looking for another one there. Boss Fighter into a 3v3. Like Scooby-Doo is Resable, so Sharky is going to try and come up and get him. Well, they're trained in here. Weather Balloon taking some shots here. Is that a team? Oh, yeah, this is hard to remember. So Stumpy are on Danglers are on Marsoc, but their colors are wrong. And our timer is just a bit off by a few seconds, by about 20 seconds. So just keep that all in mind. One getting identified, but Weather Balloon catches him out. Sharku getting a res onto Scooby, and the Wellers dropping back because Danglers are now into a 2v4 with about 3 minutes left. Weather Balloon catching out Expediter, and Danglers into a 1v4. Weller does get one. Jeez, people. The round goes to Danglers. But the bits go to the Master League because they are flowing. Thank you guys so much. Just battling it out. I think wars with money are the best kind of wars, really. Throw money at each other. Everybody wins. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. I like doing the casting, and I'm glad that you guys like tuning in. And we want to bring more of it, so we're expanding the operations, and it's all good. It's all good in the hood, man. I'll tell you that. Oh, and we got a Twitch Prime sub getting dropped in, which does remind me. Hi everybody, welcome to the Onward VR Master League. If you have Twitch Prime, don't be afraid to click on it and subscribe for free to the Onward VR Master League. All your support goes right back into the community to help the casters and the mods. Thanks again. diving into round number 3 of this downfall matchup. Danglers already taken the series, but BossFight trying to minimize the MMR damage. Surprised Stumpy gets across there and doesn't get killed from that top North Hotel. Stumpy's fast-paced timing has surprised me. Has surprised me a lot this series with what he's been allowed to get away with and how quickly he's been moving. Will he be ready for BossFight here? Pushing up already. I don't think he is. Slows down just at the right time and crouches just at the right time. Legel doesn't know he's on the other side of the wall here. Trades going on long range. Stumpy peeks up, catches one. Now Sharko hears those comms. Stumpy hears that, rotates around, catches Sharku on the backside of Ice Cream Truck and BossFight. In a blink of an eye, are into a 1v4.
Hey, Marsoc Twin, he fell back. Probably got that guy in bungalow just calling out.
Scooby trying to get out of this North Hotel position. It's going to be a tall order. He has some cover available. A lot. Scooby catches Stumpy with his very forward position. Still going to be hard to move out of here. He doesn't have any utility.
Such a shit fucking situation. They're probably all collapsing in on me.
That's not a surprising thing to assume after how they've been playing. But they are staying pretty disciplined on the back end of objective. Did he just find that sniper, or did he drop it off of his chest? I'm unsure. Feels like he just found the sniper. Tries to move up the middle with probably about 2 minutes left and gets caught out as Danglers take a strong Volk round to take the lead 2-1. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of back and forth on the Volk side of things here on this last map on Downfall. I think that'll probably be the continuing trend. You guys remember that one time I casted a bird racing match? I sure did. And it looks like my countdown timer wasn't working, but the round did just begin, and it's an early spawn from Danglers. A little catchy up here. Our round started at 40 seconds, so that means it'll end at 40 seconds. We'll get a reset here once we get to the end. Back to 6 minutes, which is fun. And the colors are incorrect, so Danglers are already on the offensive and BossFight are on the defensive. Please fix. I used to say James, but rest in peace. Please fix Mr. Death or Dante. I mean, not really. James is fine. But, you know. Scooby-Doo holding from the 2-story. Doubled up inside objective building, assuming objective is here. We're not seeing it, though, which is always fun. I got 2 more up on South Marsoc to watch their flank. Scooby-Doo landed some shots out on the Plenus from that 2nd story, and objective, yikes, BossFight losing guys quite quickly. Now this 3-man push. What could cause some... I mean, this could be a cap here. If they get Leggle, Uchi's really the only one on objective. They have to rotate here to defend appropriately.
Another one down.
She gets Rybo. Leggle catches out Llewellyn, and BossFight are denying Danglers their push. Back here. Hey, there it is. Expediter trying to do his damage to get up towards objective, trying to deal with that elevated defensive positioning, and also what looks like a push from BossFight onto his flank. Expediter's here. I don't think he's going to be ready for that tucked-in corner defensive position from Weather Balloon, though. And there it is. Weather Balloon peeks around the corner, catches out Expediter, thinking about what his next plan of action is, and Danglers do not win. BossFight do, and we tie it up to 2. Slightly more exciting than church. I saw that in chat. What kind of church are you going to? Crazy. There's gunfights and action here in front of your face to sustain your adrenaline needs. Edge of your seat, non-stop action. Unbelievable. I mean, proof is in the pudding as we dive into round number 4. Sorry, 5. Math's tough these days. That's wrong, you know? Round 5. We do have a fast spawn. Watch the early aggression here from Plenus, because he'll probably be the first one to run into BossFight members. Little nade there, tried to toss that up and over. Would have been effective if he got it any farther on the weather balloon. I don't think Sharky's really looking for Plenus here. Now he hears the footsteps. He's trained in and he catches him out as Plenus did try to push that hill.
I'm pushing white tower. White house. I'm going.
-1.
Weller denying Hoochie Q entry from the center. They'll have to defend north as he does get picked off by Scooby.
Market is down, market is down, market is down.
I don't know if you guys knew, but market is down.
Yeah, we don't really care, guys. Have fun.
Definitely the attitude to have in this third map after winning the series. They don't need to be too tense. They can play it lightheartedly. Although winning points is definitely nice for the MMR, at this point it's not going to... Well, I don't know, it depends on how you look at it. I'd say you could be costing yourself a few points, but...
He's way up in the hills.
Points around it and whatnot. Stumpy trying to rotate out, assuming that he was safe, but Leggle peeking on that south ravine, and Danglers now in a 2v4, excuse me. Here's their fourth guy. He's way there in the north.
I have one too.
Oh yeah, market was down.
We're only 4 up though.
I'm gonna throw a smoke to skip.
I mean, BossFight could be looking for the map here if they can get the appropriate push. It'll be very hard. Rivalman should catch them if they try and come in on the Expediter, and Expediter also able to deny them entry as he gets one. Shots through the smoke don't land. Rivalman catches the flank from Scooby-Doo on the north. And Weather Balloon also trying to support into this little fight here in the south.
They know I'm here.
You and me.
They know I'm here. I'm going around. Oh, yeah, I used both of them.
Wow, Rivalman gets one Expediter. Almost catching out Lego there again. Not sure how much time is really left on the clock, but Lego has to deal with both of these guys here on objective. I think he did just check his time, and again, I don't know what it is. Obviously, a bit of urgency here. Expediter does catch him out on that rotation, and Danglers take the lead 3-2. Oh, I am bushed. Tired. This has been a high energy series here. Charge myself up with some fuel before the next one later today. Guessing that was script. At least that is the plan. We'll see if the voice holds up. See if the voice holds up. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Thank you so much again for all the donations. Much appreciated. Support is really cool. Helps us keep going, you know. We'll see if we are going to keep going in this downfall map as we hop into round number 5. Starting at a minute 30 with the wrong colors on the well, the right colors. It's just Marsocker red and Volker blue. They know it's this fast spawn. Sharku picks up, is told not to get aggressive. Does get caught out. Scooby's trying to find the frag on a Dweller crossing out. He goes down. Danglers are not wasting time. Smokes are out, and they have 5-3. Expediter's trapped in the wall, but it doesn't matter. Danglers are rolling through BossFight here. They've gotten 3 down, and they're into a 5v2. Lego rotating out, and everybody getting exposed as BossFight almost surrendering that final round. And Danglers take the last map, take all 3 maps for that matter, and the series. Wow. What a fantastic setup. I mean, what an excellent performance from Danglers, really. Just constantly challenging BossFight on every Marsoc round and giving them a run for their money on every Volk round. I mean, definitely a solid competitive matchup here, but Danglers coming out ahead 13-5 total with all 3 maps. And that's one for the NA boys at home, so definitely something to take with us. And we'll see what the end results are at the end of today. There's still a couple of Button Cup matchups, so we're not quite sure what the finale is of the Button Cup. You're gonna have to stay tuned. You're gonna have to head over to the VRMasterLeague.com/onward website where you can see all the rankings. You can find your Twitch and Twitter links, also Facebook links. All the links to the Discords, everything you need to know to get involved in the league, it's all there. All the rules, everything. Matchups, when they're going to be cast, by who. It's your one-stop shop for Onward action. And with that, I think that'll be it from me this afternoon. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. Thank you again so much for the donations and the contributions. We really appreciate that. And I will see you guys later tonight. Bye-bye.